back. We'll get to your local forecast coming up here in just a second. Joined by meteorologist Jordan Smith, who just has returned from Mississippi. And you were there on Friday when the devastating tornado outbreak happened. You were there, ironically, for a severe storms conference at Mississippi State. And not only, of course, there's been a lot of talk of the Rolling Fork tornado, the one in Amory, was not far from where you were.
No,
so,
it was about 30 miles from where I was staying at in Starkville. So, you know, when the storms moved through, I knew the devastation that it was causing. And of course, we had conference for the next couple of days. But on Monday, I knew that I wanted to go and kind of see exactly what was happening. And you're going to see some pictures beginning to roll back. And, you know, they say pictures and videos, just don't do justice. But when it comes to devastation and, tornado damage like this, that saying is, even more true than normal because, I mean, I seen the pictures, leading up to it, and I was, kind of preparing myself of what to see. But when you're actually there in the midst of it, seeing with your own two eyes, it just really puts things into perspective. And unfortunately, looking at these pictures, that town of Amory, there were, I think, 4 confirmed deaths in that town as well. So that just, makes it hard when you're there.
Well, yeah, and to your point, having been out on some of these as well, and I was down in South Florida right after Andrew in the early 90s, again, it's just hard to wrap your head around. Yeah, you see the pictures, but when you're there on the ground and feeling it. Now, I know, just not getting too much in the woods with the meteorological aspect, but a lot of people in the weather community talking about how strong the Amory tornado looked on radar, but what a lot of people don't realize, it was very, very close to the radar. So luckily it wasn't as bad as it appeared to have been.
Yeah.
So,
and that was a big talk at conference Saturday. People were saying, well, the look on radar, they were worried it was going to be, even worse than what it was, say, back in Rolling Fork. But like you said, it was just the perfect angle of the radar getting that beam, where to be able to make it look, I don't know, it was still bad, of course, but it could have been a lot worse by the look of it.
Because the beam was only about 900 feet off the ground. Meanwhile, with Rolling Fork, it was 65 miles away from Jackson, Mississippi's radar. So, again, this is some of the things you go back and look at after the fact as the cleanup continues. Well, tranquil